Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Beef and welcome back to another Minecraft statue tutorial. Today we are going to be making legendary Super Saiyan Broly. The reason why I have my voice in here today because this statue is going to take quite a while to explain, like over text. So I'm going to be using my voice from now on. I mean, this is just kind of a test, just to see if this will work or not. So let's get right into it. So the things you're going to need yellow concrete, red, light blue, white, white terracotta, light gray terracotta, yellow terracotta, and lime concrete. So it's not that many colors, so this should be pretty easy. So you're gonna have to start off with a 4x8 square rectangle with the yellow concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you'll connect them. Okay, and right after this, add a block on the second part of this, right here and right here, and then on this block right here, you add another one, and then do the same thing for the other side, and then you'll fill the rest in with red concrete. Okay, and then you're going to put one layer of red concrete on the top. Okay, and right after this, you have to go up 3 with the yellow concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to fill in this layer with just yellow concrete. So Broly has a gem or 2 gems on his boots. So add 2 light blue concrete right here, skip 2 spaces, and then do the same thing. So you should have this little pattern right here, and then just fill everything in with yellow concrete. And then do the same thing on the top. Alright guys, and that's his boots done. So if you need to pause or anything like that, go ahead. So now we're going to be going to do the pants. So his boots are 6 blocks high, so that means his pants have to be 7 blocks up instead of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you have to fill the rest of that in. Alright, and that's Broly's pants. So now you have to do for his hands, you have to do a 4x4 in white terracotta. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Okay, and that's his hands. So now you have to do his arms. So you have to add light gray terracotta to the crease of his hand. So put it right there and do 2 right there, and then wrap it around in white terracotta. So on top, you have to go use a yellow concrete and go 3 on top of these, and then put in this part with white terracotta as well. So now you have to add 3 layers of yellow concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and then put that in and wrap it around. So on these 2 blocks right here, you have to add the yellow terracotta on both sides, and then fill the rest of it in with yellow concrete. And do the same thing for the top. So that should be his little bracelet that's on him. And before we move on to the rest of his arm, go on the side of his hand where his wrist basically is, and add destroy these two blocks right here and add yellow concrete. And then on top of that, destroy these four blocks, like a 2x2, and replace it with light blue concrete. So you should have this design on basically his wrist. Okay, and now, well, since his arm is, let's see, 6 up, that means you have to go 6 up with white terracotta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. And fill the rest in with the white terracotta. So yeah. Alright, and that's Broly's arm. So now just copy it or mirror it from the other side. So I'll see you later again. Okay guys, and that's his other arm. So before we continue on to the his part of his torso or his abs basically, we're gonna start his little robe thing that's on his pants. I forgot what it was called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So from this, you have to put 3 layers of red like this. Okay, so then I have 2 blocks on this part on both sides. So you should have this pattern so far. Now you should put 1 block right here of yellow concrete on both sides like this, and put in this part with red concrete. Then put 4 in the middle on the bottom of that of yellow concrete, and then put 2 blocks on towards the end of it, so it should be a half box shape. And then like a diagonal from that, put 2 blocks right there. And in the middle of that, you have to put a light blue or 2 light blue concrete blocks like this. So now you have to get your red concrete out and put 2 blocks like this on both sides, and add 1 right here. So you should have this design so far. So from this block or blocks, go all the way down towards the end of his pants, and then diagonal from that, go across 4, and then diagonal and go straight up. So you should have this, and then you'll have to fill it in. Okay, and that's his little robe thing, and that's done. Alright, so now we'll just go straight to his abs. So get the light gray terracotta out, and add 1 block across on both sides like this, and fill the rest in with white terracotta. And then diagonal from this, put light gray terracotta right here, and 1 on the other side. And then on these 4 blocks, add a light gray terracotta in the middle, and then put these 2 as white terracotta. So you should have this so far. Then put 2 light gray terracotta blocks on there, and fill the rest in with white terracotta. So on this second block, put light gray terracotta, and the same thing on the other side, and then fill that in with white terracotta. Then in the middle, put light gray terracotta right here, and then fill the rest in with white terracotta. So then put in 4 in the middle like this of light gray terracotta, and then two more, or do a 2x2 all the way up. So you should have this shape, and then fill the rest of that in with white terracotta. Alright, and that's his torso done. So before we move to the back, we have to do his little necklace thing that he has, like sort of like the one on his you know, thing. So on these two blocks right here, put yellow concrete like this, and the diagonal from that, put two like that. So you should have this shape. So from this block, go all the way up, and same thing on the other side. Then in the middle right here, go all the way across. And then in the middle of that, put in light blue concrete. And then from there, put a block on the second, like this, and do the same thing on the other side. So then, on this block, destroy these two that's connected with this one, and replace it with yellow. Same thing on the other side. And that is the front of Broly done. Now just move on to the back. So now you have to do the back part of his robe, which is basically the same thing, but less complicated. So do 3 again on top. And then from this point on, add a layer right here. Go down 2. So from right here, it should be 2. Then a diagonal from that, and it should be 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then one diagonal from that, go down 1, and then 2 blocks like this. And then basically mirror that on the other side. So you should have this shape. And then fill that in. Okay, and that's the back of his robe done. So then after this, for his back, put 3 light gray terracotta like this, 2 white terracotta in the middle, and then 3 light gray terracotta again. So add 2 light gray terracotta towards the end, 4 white terracotta in the middle, and then light gray terracotta at the end again. So then go all the way up until you hit these 2 blocks. So don't go above these 2 blocks. Do the same thing on both sides. Now just fill in the rest with white terracotta. Alright, and that's Broly's back done. So that was easy. Okay. So now before we start with the head, there's a lot of things we have to do first. So since Broly is kind of a big guy, he has really big shoulders and really big hands. So we have to add more bulkier shoulders. So from his shoulder right here, go 3 blocks down. So 1, 2, 3, and put a block right here, and then put that as 3 also. As you know, I meant 2. Sorry. And then on top of that, group 3, and on top of that, group 3. So you should have this shape so far. Then right here, go all the way across from the same height down, and then do a 3x4. And then mirror the other side, so it should be 2, but it should be 2 and 3, but opposite ways. Alright, and then on top, go from this block right here, and add all the way on top like this. So now you should have Broly's shoulder. Okay, and we have to add that he has big hands too. So go 2 blocks down from this. So 1, 2, like that, and then fill all this in. Like that, And then after that, you have to add a 2x2 blocks beneath the crease of his hand. So it looks like he's clenching his fist because he has a really big thumb. And now do the same thing on the other side, so yeah. Okay, and that's his shoulders and hands. Okay, so now before we start with the head again, we have to add the detail. So basically what I do with the detail, just add random blocks of light gray terracotta. Well, that's only if if the character you're making has regular skin. And just add multiple designs like this, so it looks pretty accurate. Okay, and that is the detail done. Okay, now we can start on Broly's head. So Broly doesn't have pupils and everything like that, so we don't need clothes for his eyes. So his head should be 8 long across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it should be able to go at the end of this gap. And if your head doesn't, if your blocks doesn't equal that, then you probably did something wrong. But it should count as 8. So after you do that line, you should go across out, or just go out of it 2 blocks, or 2 out. So 1, 2. So then add 1 more layer of white terracotta like this, and then add 2 on the ends of it like that. And then you have to do a 2x2 of white concrete in the middle for his eyes, and then white terracotta in the middle like this. So you should have this so far. So now get the line concrete out and do his eyebrows. So it should start from this part of his eye and go all the way out like this. And then fill that part in with white terracotta. So then add 1 block up towards the end right here, and then fill the rest of it in with white terracotta. And then add one layer of lime concrete, and the same thing on the top. So this is Broly's face. Now to the sides and the back. So add white terracotta till this gap closes. So after this gap closes, then add the lime concrete and do the same thing as in the front. So extend it out too. So 1, 2. And so before we start with the rest of the hair, we have to add his ears and put 4 blocks on top of the rest of the white terracotta, and then do a 2x2 on top of that in the middle. So you should have this shape, and then do that same thing on the other side. So after you're done with that, you'll have to make a box, or you don't have to make a box, but fill the rest of it in with lime concrete. So I'll see you after the time lapse. Alright guys, and that is Broly's entire head. So now, the thing that brings Broly to his absolute character is his hair, obviously. So obviously you've seen us do a lot of random patterns across his face and head, but for Broly though, in the front of his head, you actually need a certain type of pattern, like a specific pattern instead of a random one. So, so on top of his eyebrow, no, right here on the end of his eyebrow, add one block, and then on this second one, add one on top of it and one across from it. So you should have this little triangular sort of shape. Then on top of it, go all the way across. And then mirror this other side, so you should just add 3 blocks like that. So then on top of that, add 2 blocks like this. In the middle, add 2 and 1 like that. And then same thing for the other side. So you should have this shape. It's the only pattern that you specifically need to do. So now on the other side, we just add random patterns. It doesn't really matter because basically, well, in statues wise, all Super Saiyan hair looks the same. It doesn't really matter how you do it, depending on how up it is. And then, you know, just add random blocks like this, but make sure this row right here doesn't overlap the top of his head, or at least be parallel to his head. Don't do that. So then you just add random blocks anywhere. And let me know in the comments, by the way, if there's any characters you specifically want us to make, because we're very open to it. I don't want to be silent, so I guess I hope you guys are having a good day. I mean, you know, a lot of things are going on, but it's alright, I guess. Alright, and that was the random blocks of hair. So, Broly's hair kind of sticks out, sort of like how Trunks does when he's a Super Saiyan. So his he doesn't have regular Super Saiyan hair. So what you need, so the easiest way to do this, so just add random blocks on top and then make it look like Super Saiyan hair a little bit, and then we'll go off of that. So just add random blocks, some on top. You can do 3 blocks on top. You can do 2. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that it looks accurate and it looks right. Okay, that's good enough. And since he has like sort of like hair like Trunks, you have to add hair towards the sides instead of more on top. So just add blocks like this, like almost anywhere, and then you should have sort of his shape, sort of like that. And do the same thing. Wait, hold up. That doesn't look right. Yeah, there we go. And then do the same thing on the other side. I mean, it doesn't have to be like exact, but you know, just add as random blocks as possible. But like, you know, add random blocks, but don't just, you know, still make it look like, you know, it's accurate and professionally done. Okay, and that's the side of his hair. So now add hair towards the corner, like this corner right here and the other corner. I mean, unless it's already high enough. And if it's already high enough, then you know you don't need anything to worry about. Same thing on the other side. Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, that is the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So gaze upon it. So you should get rid of all your toys now. So there you go, that's Broly. And if you guys enjoyed it, then like it and subscribe and share with your friends. And if you don't have any friends, you should go make some so you can share it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Yes.